Hey, y'all.
You heard that? That's water. I'm giving you hydration fish.
Fish are already hydrated.
That's what I'm saying, but do they drink it? No.
Anyway, what's up, Draco? You not gonna keep disrespecting the microphone like that.
What's up? I'm actually still recovering from this trip.
I'm
exhausted.
Let me tell you something.
I ain't even gonna hold you.
Today was my first day back at work. Number one, my alarm goes off at 6 a.m. today. It went off today. But then it went off at it was 7 o'clock when I woke up.
Whoa.
I was about to say it went off at 7, but actually it didn't. I just woke up and then I woke up again. And what happened between 6 and 7, I actually don't even know.
So you just couldn't get up.
I couldn't, and that's one thing I am grateful for. My no set schedule type. You know, corporate America is like get there, but don't be rude. But I was just like, bruh, not today. I'm not even ready to go back. I had like a 10-day break if you include the weekends, but it was just weird. Like I'm in my cube and I'm like standing up, walking around. I'm like itching. I'm just like, what is work? What is this? What do you mean analytics? Like I'm just like.
So you were basically. He was walking around saying, me can't come back to work. Sorry to all the Jamaicans. That's my best impression. Yeah. I'm sorry. But yeah, we didn't even go to Jamaica. We went to Costa Rica.
And I don't even know what their accents is.
But I don't know why I assumed that.
Because it was in
water? I don't know. I wanted to go to I don't know. I was being black.
No, don't speak for yourself now, Pooh. So if you don't already know, we just got back from Costa Rica.
CR.
Period.
Yeah.
So, you know what's so funny? I met a lady today at Cammy Cakes who was headed to Liberia, Costa Rica.
Yes.
I was like, she said, yeah, I'm headed to Costa Rica. I've been working out. I said, what part? She was like, girl, I don't know. He just booked the flight. I'm like, yes, ma'am.
Oh, move. That's what happened to me.
Period. But she showed me the flight information and it was Liberia. So I was like, yeah, girl, you got a lot to look forward to. But yes, man, we had so much fun. Yeah. Most non-problematic group trip I've ever taken. Thank
you. Shout out to Micah. I was playing now.
Who
Sorry.
That?
I was reciting. I mean, if anybody is listening and is a fan of Amaya, they know where I got that from.
Oh, okay. Is that her ex-boyfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it. I didn't know that. From some years ago. But yes, man. Oh, my God. So somebody asked me yesterday what was my favorite part of the trip. And honestly, I have no idea.
I had fun. I had so much fun. I really am. I honestly look back at the pictures and I was like, I cannot believe I went ziplining because I would not do that.
Honey, they upside down ziplining Spider-Man. I actually wish I would have done it. If I didn't have my purse, I was so afraid of my iPhone getting ate up by a donkey.
What?
Because it was donkeys down there on that hill. And not only that, it was going to hit. Who was going to go down there and get it? We was like 200 years off the ground.
Okay.
But it was
that's
great.
what I.
You know what I missed?
We was really far in the air, man. That's why I was just like, I can't even believe I did that. Like, wow.
14
what do you miss?
times. How many times? It was like 12, 10. I missed that plate that y'all had that I ain't get.
The baked fish.
It was, where was it?
It was like grilled.
Sea bass.
Grilled. That was my first time having bass.
Mine
was
too.
So
and
good.
it was so good. Oh my God. I'm going to start going fishing. For real.
And snapper.
But yes, y'all, let me tell
you
what happened.
The snapper was so good.
So I had asked for a cheese quesadilla because I feel like that was the safest thing on the menu. And because of the place, I just assumed anything else would have been like, you know, some places you can go to and you get Applebee's vibes. So like not gourmet, not chef made, more. Because this is what happened. They have like a traditional plate in Costa Rica and it's like something Carsano typical. I'm probably very wrong, but anywho, it's like fish or chicken with rice, beans, and a salad. But the thing is, when I was getting the fish one, it was like frozen breaded fish, so it wasn't even like, fresh. It wasn't like something they made in the back. So when I knew this place had it, I just like, oh yeah, they probably like this type of place that sells like ice cream sandwiches and not scoop ice cream. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can kind of tell the kind of food they sell.
And you were gagged.
But honey, let me tell you something. First of all, he brought me a chicken quesadilla, and I don't eat chicken. And then Draco and Zay get this Carsano sea bass, and let me tell you something, it looks so good. So I sent my quesadilla back because I asked for a cheese quesadilla, but I was like, just bring me this, and I'm pointing to Draco's plate, and the man's like, okay, 5 minutes. This man brought me a cheese quesadilla, y'all.
He took the chicken out?
He better not. I was so confused, but I was like, it ain't even worth the hassle, because now that'll be 3 plates he don't have to make for me.
Yeah.
And I really
they
be
probably
feeling
don't
bad
even
about
deal with that type of stuff out there.
They probably do. Look at all those international surfers they had over there. What was your favorite part, though?
The ATV. I really want a 4-wheeler now.
Oh, that was so fun. My granddaddy got one.
Not the hiking, but
oh Jesus Christ! I literally felt like death.
Man,
I couldn't wait for it to be over.
My throat was closing.
Me too. My junk was like swelled up. I think it was the rainforest air.
It was just too much. Like I'm not in shape, and in the fact that I had to walk that long up them hills.
Yeah, we all did. When he was the guy, we ATV to a certain point where it was like literally blocked off, and the guy was like, "All right, from here, hike 10 minutes." We like.
Okay. You see it?
And it wasn't even seeming that bad at first, but it was like, hold on, I'm thinking in my head, wait, 10 whole minutes? Because I walked 5 minutes and be tired. But we was walking up all kinds of tree-made steps, not even for real steps, y'all. It was crazy, but the view was somewhat worth it. And it was all fun once it was all over, y'all. But I literally felt like
I could never do that again.
Yeah, me either.
I was sweating so bad. But... another one of my favorite parts is we end up going to the grocery store and finding some exfoliating pads, like body exfoliators. Now, I've heard of like an exfoliating glove, and I think they did have it. However, it's like a little bar thing. It's like bar soap, but it's an exfoliating bar.
Honey.
And I promise you, if that's taking a bath, I never took a shower or bath before
I'm
in my
talking about dirt ball.
Wow.
And we used those before we even did all those sweaty activities. We used this 24 hours after we landed. Y'all, I'm talking about this thing, and I'm a clean person, okay? But this thing cleaned me so good that I literally was disgusted when I looked down at the little scrubbing pad. I'm like, oh my God, that's my underarm. What the? Bruh, I'm talking about... I probably lost 10 pounds in the shower washing off the dirt. But yes, I bought 14 of them. Wow. But who's counting?
You bought 14?
Yeah, I did. What's the problem? They were only $1.70.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, I want to have enough for at least a few months. But yes, anywho, I'm glad to be back. And it wasn't a far flight. It was just, everything was good. I can't say that I have jet lag, but I think because it was like, I typically take like 5-day trips.
I have pay lag.
Pay lag. Oh, baby.
Unfortunately, I had the longest. Who? Oh,
you said pay lag?
Yes.
What's? Yeah.
Yeah, everybody got to Atlanta at a decent hour, except me. I didn't get to my bed until 4:30 a.m. and we left Costa Rica at 7 a.m. Okay.
No, not 7 a.m.
Well, we left the hotel at 7 a.m.
Oh, yeah, we did. You're right. So we were basically commuting out at 7 a.m.
Yes. So,
dang, that was almost 24. It was 22 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
So, yeah. I mean.
You think that's... Well, never mind.
Yeah, it is. But... whatever you were going to say. Anywho.
One thing I will say it taught me is, y'all, please get global entry if you're going to travel internationally. Even if you... Let me tell you something. I swear to God, it probably would have took me 3 hours to get through customs if I didn't have global entry, where it actually took me 0 minutes because of global entry.
From my Jamaica trip, and I don't remember it being bad.
Bruh, when I came back from Iceland, I was like, why do I even have global entry? Ain't nobody out here. But I quickly learned that, bruh.
It was nobody there, but yeah.
When my ride came to pick me up, the lady was like, she ain't gonna be out here for a minute. So he had to go get some food. I had some American waiting on me though. But yes, he was like, because he couldn't really tell like how long it was gonna take because he got there before the flight landed, and I didn't have Wi-Fi on my plane. Shockingly, Delta. But yeah, I mean, if
all that flights don't be happening on there. That's weird though.
Right, the plane was kind of old. I could tell.
I'm sorry, I keep drinking. I'm so thirsty, y'all.
The thirst is real.
The thirst is real. The thirst is trio.
So anywho, I want to bring up this week's HOTLANTA highlight.
Boom boom, HOTLANTA highlight on you hoes. Yeah, and we from Zone 4. Hey. Yeah, that's it.
That was cute. So okay, I was with a relative recently. And
okay, it was a cousin.
It was a sibling. I just didn't know if she wanted me to share her whereabouts details.
Oh.
I was informed about this place, and it's in DeKalb County. It's called Dekalb School of Music.
Okay.
And basically, they do things like they do piano lessons, drum lessons, singing lessons. They even have programs to teach kids about music production. They have a studio upstairs. Where
Production?
Yes. It's like soundproof rooms. They have computers, just typical music studio equipment. Anywho, it's a small business and it's Black owned. And I cannot remember the young lady's name, but she is from the West Side.
Yes.
So anyway, it was really impressive. And it was pretty affordable. And it's I would consider like a local business, but it's in Tucker, Georgia. So if you guys looking for classes, musical classes or lessons for your children, you probably could do it for yourself. I don't really know.
Yeah.
But check out the Dekalb School of Music, and
Okay. So that's not the same as DSA.
No, what you're thinking about is like a grade school, right?
High school.
Yeah, that school is closed now.
DSA is closed. I wouldn't know.
Or maybe it's not.
High school for 10 years, girl.
But yeah, no. So it is, and I don't even know if it's affiliated with the city of Tucker because it's called. With the county because it's called the Dekalb School of Arts. But it is. It's Black run, Black operated. I do know one of the teachers' names was Ursula. But yeah, so no, it's pretty dope. Check them out. I don't think they have any social media, truth be told. But if you guys Google it, you'll find it. Alicia
send your kids, Pooh.
While she's looking. Thank you. It's time for the open discussion. Oh no. It's time. It's time for shop talk.
Yes. Shop talk. Shop. I'm gonna grow up one day. Okay. So it's so much stuff that happened in the media that I want to talk about this week. So much. I'll talk about something positive though. We'll start off with something positive, but I'm so happy that Blac Chyna and her mama are back on good terms. First of all, Blac Chyna this week. I mean, I always give Blac Chyna.
I feel like she redeemed herself in a lot of people's eyes.
She did, and I feel like her explaining herself, and hopefully she don't have nothing else that comes up that'll kind of throw people off her track. But I actually really like Blac Chyna for some reason.
I've never not liked her. I will say that, but
she is a little. She be going out, but stuff. I mean, whatever.
No, I did judge her though. I will say for dating this Almighty J guy who Dream Doll's now dating. But I will say, anytime I've seen Blac Chyna speak, she never gave me like, ew, she's annoying vibe. Like I actually really genuinely liked her. Even when she was on the Rob.
It's because she's a Taurus.
Okay. When she was on the show with Rob, that's what made me start liking, because I never really saw her personality before. Cause I didn't even realize that she didn't do interviews. Like she just had not done any. When she went on the Wendy Williams, I think that might have been her first interview, and then Breakfast Club was her second.
Nah, she had an interview a long time ago. I would never forget, because they was talking about when Drake mentioned her in the song.
Yeah, he put her on, apparently?
Yeah, I had no idea. Was like, they was like, how did you find out? And she said, my man, she was so hood. This was when she first came from D.C., so her D.C. accent was so strong. She was like, my manager, he eat-mailed me. I will never forget her saying
eat-mail?
She said eat-mail. I'm like, wait, what? But no, I love it. I love it. But I ended up going to see her on Saturday night. She hosted a skate party here.
What kind of skate party?
She hosted Trap and Skate in Atlanta.
Oh, how convenient.
She did. I mean, she's a trap girl. They call the strip club the Trap.
Duh, we said that. I said that.
Yeah.
That was the first place that I ever heard that they were calling the Trap besides the actual Trap.
Well, they now trapped out the skating ring.
They was in there dancing?
Yeah, it was like skating dancing.
No, like stripping. Oh, okay.
No.
Got it. Okay.
But yeah, and her mom ended up coming, like randomly. They brought her mom in. Like,
did she not know?
She didn't know.
Oh,
she didn't know her mom was coming, but they ended up reconciling on Instagram the other day, which I hate that that's like a thing to do.
Yeah,
like,
but you know what? Sometimes
stuff like that should be done in private, because I feel like it's a lot of times people don't have good relationship with their friends or family, but that stuff should be handled offline.
I totally agree, but sometimes people probably don't even. Sometimes it's hard. No, you know what? So somebody like me, I am still struggling with communication verbally to people that are close to me, and it's always easier for me to type it out. Now, usually people are like, why would you type it? Just call them. So maybe for some people, social media is that same thing, because it's like, not only I'm going to hold you accountable because I'm putting it out here, and I got people that's backing me up in the comments. And not that you should have to have that, but honestly, everything they do is for the public eye, and privacy is probably not something they can even think of.
My girl Chyna, but
and it might have forced Chyna to reply, because if she texted her, who knows she would.
Yeah, I mean, they followed each other, and then she made a post about it, and then her mom made a post about it, and she commented on it. But yeah, who's watching?
What's that song Toni made for Dream?
I love you. Oh my God, the lady was there. And I was the only person that recognized her. I was like,
how many times did you watch the video to recognize
her? First
her?
of all, that's probably top 5 one of my favorite videos because that video just reminded me of something that I've seen when I was young. Like it put me in the mind of the fact that the lady was like doing background music live and then she just sitting there talking about
Dream,
I love you, Dream. You're beautiful. The lady was there at the skating ring. I was like, bro, that's the lady. They're like, who are you talking about? I was like, never mind. Y'all don't get it.
I never recognized her. That's just like those Bella Noche girls. Like, yes. I don't watch that video. I probably would recognize them if I seen them.
I was just like, wow, that's the lady. And it was a lot. That was so funny. But yeah, that's one of the positive ones. Do you have anything that you saw online that was
negative? Yeah. Yes, this abortion stuff going on in the news.
Oh, man.
And all I'm going to say is...
speak your piece.
You know, okay, so let me say this. Growing up, I was against abortions because that's what I was... That's the perception that I was given, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I never really understood it. So I think that the problem that people... the thing that bothers me is people associate abortion as a form of birth control. Not people that get abortions, but people from the outside looking. They're probably like, "Oh no, just raise your child." But there are so many conditions where people need to abort a pregnancy that don't have nothing to do with consensual sex. You know what I'm saying? Things like incest and rape and health problems. And basically, if you've been under a rock, let me move the rock out of the way. But Georgia passed a bill called the Heartbeat Bill, which basically makes abortion illegal at the detection of a heartbeat, which could be as soon as 6 weeks. My problem with that is, number one, as women, we get a cycle every 4 weeks, right? It's not uncommon for cycles to be late. So you could be 6 weeks and not even know you're pregnant. Because a lot of times if it's late, we're just like, oh, my period late. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how common it is. And usually, from what I've been told from other women, when you suspect that you're pregnant and you call a doctor, because it's so common for cycles to be late, they're like, call me at 9 weeks. 9 weeks is too late, you know what I mean? And so it's things like, and not only that, when you're pregnant, there's so many things you have to worry about. Like, this is a bodily change you have to make whether you have the baby or not. You had the baby with somebody else, and now you have to talk about, consulting with that person, financial requirements, etc. So just so many things that are just that have not been considered when passing this bill by people who probably have side chicks and daughters that need abortions. You know what I'm saying?
My thing is, where did it come from? Like, out of all the stuff that's going on,
and you see how many people doing it at the same time.
Like, what?
So I think this was already a plan. From what I saw a video clip of Trump talking about abortion, his stance on it earlier on, like at the beginning of the campaign. But I think that they all be meeting in secret. So I think they probably just be like, all right, cool, 1, 2, 3, break. And they all start passing bills. But so Charlemagne posed this theory, which I wouldn't be surprised of. Basically, it's about population retention.
Control.
Yeah, control.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, believe it or not, 40% of 40% of the people that get abortions are white women.
Yeah.
Did not know this. Because I'm from the hood, I know some people that have gotten abortions. My experience led me to believe that it was like poor people, but it's actually not the case because people actually can't afford abortions. Yeah. And we got kids. People got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kids. Whether they can afford them or not, they are having them. And so, anywho, he feels that they say about whichever year, I can't remember it, but minorities will be the majority. So white people will not be the majority population. So if 40% of the people getting abortions are white women, then that means more white babies are being born. And statistics will never show that minorities dominated the nation. Wow. Basically, I know it's kind of crazy when you think of it like that. And it's all about them creating their own legacy, I guess you could say. Yeah. I mean, as drastic as
I actually been like low key looking into population control because starting around the time where those girls were coming up missing in like the DMV area, and they were finding them with their organs missing and all this other stuff.
Oh yeah, the black market selling. That's a real thing.
Yeah, they said, and it's just happened this week again. Like
in DC.
I'm not sure the state, but a girl, she was 15 years old, and they found her like 6 blocks away from her home. And her organs were missing. Her fingers were missing. Her organs
missing. The young man from Valdosta.
Exactly.
And I know
I feel like that's a part of population control too. Like they selling black organs,
right?
To save, like, you know what I'm saying?
Freaking crazy.
So, and I it's so weird. I don't know if y'all watched the show. What's that show on Netflix?
Black Mirror.
No, it was whatever. But anywho, the series is about a girl who she had a heart attack or something happened to her. She had to get a heart transplant. And she got a girl's heart, and the girl who heart she got haunted her.
Oh my God.
It was crazy.
I won't be watching that. Thanks.
Why? It was good though. It was good.
It might be good. I'm joking. But yeah, so that is very real. And that theory makes sense. But my thing is, what other reason would they have to make this illegal?
Out of nowhere.
Because what in the world, like, what does this have to do with anybody that's passing this law? If somebody wants to terminate a pregnancy, my whole thing is, okay, if after 6 weeks this is a human being, can we start child support?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do I need to be enrolling this fetus in the school? Do I need to get insurance?
It's all like a part of that. Even the food, because Trump is like, every time he had these meetings and stuff, he just randomly be feeding them Wendy's and McDonald's and all that other stuff. And I'm like, this stuff is killing people.
Promoting that fast food industry because everybody's going vegan and clean.
Yeah, and now they finna probably start tampering with vegetables and stuff like that.
So
it's better.
I was just thinking the other day, what if something happened with Impossible Meat?
I just saw that in the news today.
Really?
Well, not on the actual news, but I saw it online. They were just saying how it has an ingredient, it's a long name, starts with a G, in Impossible Burgers that is, that could lead to cancer.
Oh boy, I'm eating air. Matter of fact, can't do that either.
Right? It's like, I get it, and I know that the complications with not eating meat because I don't really eat it. I eat it sometimes.
You think there's complications with not eating meat?
The fake meat.
Oh, okay.
So I understand that, those have problems with, that meat be having stuff in it sometimes, but, or not meat. But I knew it, whatever. Like, I just feel like anytime you try to substitute something like that and you have all those different ingredients, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, unless it is true. Like,
unless it's really made of plants.
As close as Impossible Meat does. It's like, this a flour?
I think that what it is, though, I mean, I can make vegan food, or I know like really plant-based food that tastes really good, but realistically you have to kind of train your mind to not eat for comfort or eat for taste, and you need to eat for
necessity.
Health.
Yeah, you're right.
A lot of times. But yeah.
I also
it's horrible.
It is absolutely horrible. You're right. It's just, what can you do, right? Something else back on the trifling abortion laws. The state of Alabama passed the same law. And basically, I think they completely outlawed abortions, and there are no exceptions if there is rape or incest. My issue with that...
What is this?
Right, exactly. Not even if it's rape or incest. Actually, I know 2 people. I know someone who was born out of rape. I know somebody whose mother made her raise a child that she had out of rape. And for the first person, we met in high school, so I don't really know, like, the true impacts that it had on her, but I remember she would talk about it, and it would just like make her sad. People start talking about their parents because she knows that her, she was forced to be here. You know what I'm saying? And the girl that I know who had a baby out of rape, her mother just didn't believe in abortions or Plan B, and the child has always had behavior issues. She's always been resentful towards that child. So think about like the mental issues that come along with that, and on top of that, when some states are granting the rapist parental rights.
Yeah.
So it's like, you rape me, you force yourself on me, you force me to get pregnant, I'm forced to have your baby, I'm forced to share a life with you for the rest of my life, basically.
And you rape me. You rape my mama.
And so now I feel like, exactly, so now I feel like, okay, so now you're saying there are, so like let's say the state of Georgia, there are, if it's incest or if it's rape, there is an exception. So okay, as long as you have a police report, now we're going to have, who's to say we won't have false rapes? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People making reports just to say now we're going to increase the criminals in the prisons, and it's like, on top of that, people don't even be believing women when they say they got raped to begin with.
Yeah.
So if you tell me if I was really raped and I called the police and I got a report, how do I know these charges won't be dropped? Because you're protecting whoever this person is. Rape is already a large enough issue now as it is with abortions being legal.
Yeah.
And on top of that, with the incest, it's like you literally are creating a child that's going to have some kind of deformity.
Yeah.
You are ruining history. I mean, let's make it, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's so... Yeah, and I'm not as well versed in like expressing my disdain for this type of stuff, but it's actually absolutely disgusting. It's not, if I want to cut myself, pierce myself, get rid of a fetus that is not even a human being yet, or get rid of a fetus that's not even here yet, it's like
fully formed. Like,
exactly.
It's not, yeah.
So now you're forcing people to take care of kids today, and then people are like, oh well, don't have sex. Let's be for real. That is a natural part of life. Pleasure is a natural part of life. And you can tell me not to have sex all you want, but people can use protection. I know people that got babies after having a Plan B pill. I know people that have babies after using birth control. I know people condoms are broken. So you can do everything right and still be forced to raise a child. And you might not be ready. And I just don't think it's fair, man. It's just trifling. Then they want to charge people for murder for going out of state to get the abortions. Now you're going to have people doing illegal. Matter of fact, people already was doing illegal abortions. So now you're going to increase that probability. People going to alleyways and hotel rooms to get a wire hanger. You know, it's just really disgusting, man. And I really hate for any woman that has to give birth to a child after this law potentially goes into effect because she can't get an abortion. It's really embarrassing. But I did see that there were some movie companies that said they wouldn't be producing any movies in Georgia because of the law. But these bill makers don't care. They don't give it a
Child, I seen it, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, girl, y'all can't take away these folks' jobs. I mean, they can, but I honestly, I personally, in my opinion, I think that this is just something that, because anytime that something like this or a law gets passed where white people are offended by it too, like if it's just black people, they probably push like, it through.
Whatever, yeah.
But when it's like white people getting offended and they're putting their foot down too, I don't think it's gonna get passed.
Yeah. The thing is though, if you see these lawmakers in Georgia, it's like
I know they
got a lot of power, and not to like give them the big up, but it's just like they can pull it up. This is obviously playing. Why all these states back to back? The fact that Tommy
Lauren is talking against it, I'm like, oh yeah, this law ain't going through. I saw this tweet. It
was like, did I just agree with Tommy Lauren?
Right. I'm like, when I seen it, I said, oh yeah, they ain't gonna pass this law.
I've been told recently that some states, and I should have done my research on it, but I think New York is one of those states where you can almost have an abortion up to 9 months. Now that to me, that's where insane. Lines should be drawn. Like this is what if there's a point where I can go into a premature labor and have a baby that can survive, I think, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Because this is a human that can feel pain, and I mean maybe a fetus can feel pain. Don't, correct me if I'm wrong, but I just feel like at that point, an actual life has been developed, and it's just I don't know, it's jacked up, y'all. I'm stressed.
Well,
I'm never getting off birth control.
So. With all this abortion talk and all this stuff, it's going to lead us into our topic for today.
Open discussion.
Quiet storm of me 103. It just went with that.
You sound like Dory from Finding Nemo. She was doing that whale talk.
I'll take that. I like Ellen.
Shut up. So I want to talk about sex.
Yes.
Period.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Well, not me, you and me.
Ew. Real, you're gay.
So I'm a cisgender male.
Say the whole thing.
I'm a cisgendered male who identifies as homosexual. I'm a
say what you said. Yeah, there you go. On the trip, he kept saying all these acronyms, y'all. Oh my god!
I'm a POC LGBTQI. Okay.
What's the I?
Let's Google it. We got Google right here.
We do.
But we want to talk about sex today. This is actually Alicia's idea. I'm just going along with it.
You really just had to throw me under the bus.
That's not throwing under the bus. I mean, if you want to be freaky, be freaky.
No, it's not even about freaky. It's about education. Okay, so first of all, I have a few questions, and then we can bounce off of that.
Okay.
What age do you think
it's actually, I'm missing one. It's actually, whoa, hold on. Sorry, before we get into, let me get into this acronym. The new acronym is LGBTQQIIAAP. I ain't saying all that. So it stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, transsexual. There's a difference between transgender and transsexual. Maybe I'll look that up too. Queer, questioning, intersex, asexual, pansexual, and ally. I'm just glad it ain't got nothing to do with it.
Wait, queer and questioning is not the same thing?
Queer is different.
Fluid, right?
Yeah, like it means to be different, fluid. Questioning is curious.
Oh, okay.
So you just don't know. And most of the time people that are questioning, they haven't
picked a side, or they don't want to.
They haven't experienced it, because I feel like you can't really choose until you have gay sex. Until you have sex with the same sex, you don't know. Well,
if you're attracted to that person, you don't think it's the same.
True, because you could be asexual. I don't know. It's like, so much.
Yeah, it is a lot. And I'm not qualified to talk about it because I am only heterosexual.
Which is good. You're a cisgender woman.
I'm a cisgender.
You identify as
woman, POC, cis. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then even as of recently, I've became online friends with a few people that are trans men. I've always known trans women, but I became friends with trans men, and a lot of them don't identify with the him, he pronouns.
Yeah, I know somebody that does.
So they would prefer them and they. So no he or him, no her, no she, them and they. So.
I always, I'm really okay. So I have misgendered someone before.
Yeah. And
I thought he was a he, but he told me he was not he or she. He's a they, and he came at me with an attitude. So I'm like, how am I supposed to know that? You know what I mean? So I don't.
When I asked them, they said that the proper thing to do is just to ask them, how would you prefer to be addressed? What pronouns do you use?
Okay.
And that's what they.
I'm trying to Google the difference between transgender and transsexual. I'm not seeing any clarity. Hold on.
Yeah.
Because it just gave me the identify as another. Okay, so.
Maybe we'll save that for another episode.
Yeah, let's go.
Because we'll be all day talking about misgendering.
Yeah. And I never want to offend anybody when it comes to
I mean, of course, when you're younger and you're in high school and stuff like that, of course, it wasn't that, I guess, a major thing. And then a lot of people didn't really accept it anyway. But now it's more accepted. And I think that people think that it's getting thrown in people's faces, but it's not necessarily getting thrown in people's faces. To me, maybe I'm just biased because I am a part of that community, but I think what it is that we are just trying to make it to where it is a normal thing and people don't look at us as freak shows or different. Because I'm like, y'all out here being y'all, so taking up for y'all rapist ass uncles and all the other shit, and then y'all worried about brothers. Me over here, right? So whatever. Anywho.
Okay. Well. Okay. To lighten the mood.
Yes.
I have a question for you.
Question, yes. I love it.
Do you remember how you started to learn about sex?
Oh, my mama, let me tell you something. My mama taught me about sex. She started when I was about 8 years old. And the freaking conversation was so awkward. I mean, of course, I'm 8 years old. So she would always just be like, if you want to have sex, make sure you come and talk to me. I'll go buy condoms and I'll do this. I'll just make it very easy for you. I just don't want you to be out here doing it. And she was, she was right for doing that. At least she put that thought into my head. But I also had a true Southern mama that used to just put all these stigmas in my head about sex, like making it seem like
it's gonna be painful.
It's painful,
and it is for some people. But.
And like you can just catch diseases just by getting coughed on and all type of stuff. So yeah.
That's interesting. Go ahead.
Yeah. So my mom taught me.
My mama taught me too, but I don't remember what age. It might have been birth.
What?
But not in a way like my mother just was very, very, very protective over me. And so as soon as I was able to talk, I literally remember. Like it was never a let's have the conversation. It's like, hey, like I knew about periods in kindergarten.
I grew up with girls.
But my mama, I think my mother started her cycle really early, so that's probably why she had that talk with me. But for me, it was just, you're going to get pregnant. Pregnant. So she used to do everything she could to keep me away from men.
My mama.
I remember somebody was like, does she want you to be a lesbian? I'm like, if she did, I have free reign. I mean, obviously I'm not attracted to women, which means that you can't, if you expose things to your kid, don't mean they're going to pick the other side, because I never was allowed to be around men, but definitely was around women, and I'm not attracted to them. Thank you. Anyway, but no, I just remember being so afraid, but then after a while, I stopped being afraid because I just realized that my mama was just being overprotective.
Yeah, she was being a parent.
So I met other people, and I talked to other people's parents, and they explained things to me in a completely different way, and I was like, I knew it! But I still had a fear. Like in first grade, I remember thinking that I would get pregnant, like if I did anything, like hunching. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. And oh my God, like my mom used to scare me about everything. My mama did too. I think about that all the time. That's just a parental thing. They just want to protect us so much, and we don't. At those ages, we're so oblivious. Yeah. But I think that can be a little like you got to talk to kids like kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they don't get it from our perspective because we're adults. But if you talk to them on their level and explain things, I think it will stick with them more easily. Girl, I was scared of sex up until 11th grade.
Oh, that's when you lost your virginity?
I wouldn't even call it that.
Oh.
I had my first quote unquote sexual encounter midway 11th grade, and it made me feel so uncomfortable.
Really? Yeah. I was scared. I can't lie.
The boy walked out.
Really?
We stopped.
Oh, so you haven't been with a girl before?
My encounters with a girl has been really weird. So yeah.
So you definitely I just like
it wasn't my choice. That's the only reason. Like I didn't be like, okay, let's try this. It was their choice.
I remember you told me about one in particular.
Yeah, and I'm like,
it wasn't up to you. Okay, I got you.
I'm like, girl, even if I wanted to try this is not it. So
I actually. So wait, what? So were there any fears that you did have before the fact?
I definitely thought that I would catch something because my ignorance. I always just thought that if I was gay and I had sex with a man without protection, I was get HIV.
But you know what? In that age, AIDS wasn't that old.
Yeah, like I was just like, I don't want to do nothing.
Yeah,
like I didn't even want to like down to the point where people would be like, oh, you can't really get anything serious from oral sex. I wouldn't even. It would be to the point where I wouldn't even brush my teeth.
Well, you can.
You can.
But I know what you mean.
I wouldn't even brush my teeth before because I didn't want to create no like
abrasions.
Yeah, a lot.
You know what? That's smart though. I mean, hey,
I wouldn't do no Listerine.
Well, Listerine is a good check. Like, do I got any open wound? Yeah. That's interesting. So for me,
I was just nervous. Like I didn't want to do nothing.
Yeah,
I was scared.
Honestly, for me, I think it's different. I think as a man, y'all have the upper hand when it comes to sexual experiences for the most part, or it might be different in this era because everybody got the same. Okay, so I just felt like I was never going to have a boyfriend if I didn't have sex. And I hate that I had that mentality. Mm-hmm. And while there may have been truth to it,
yeah, I agree.
I definitely had a lot more control than I knew I did. And so I wish that I would have been, just taught it in a different kind of way. But you don't know. Like, I'm my mother's first child. There's nothing she would have already known to tell me besides her own experiences, which is totally fair. Yeah. But my biggest fears were getting pregnant and, yes, getting STD because there were people in my middle school and high school that had both. Pregnancy and STDs. Yeah. So
my biggest fear was STD.
Yeah.
I just thought that I could
for your community because it's like AIDS.
And I think that what it is, and I try to explain this to people because I think that a lot of people associate HIV and AIDS with gay men, and
which should
here's
be
the thing
dispelled now because
of course it's something that everybody gets, but. Let's be honest, and I'm just being real transparent. It is very common in our community just because of the way that gay men have sex. You literally, I don't know how it is for women. I don't have a vagina. I don't have sex with vagina, so I don't really know.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's cool. But I don't know if when y'all have sex, it's a possibility of y'all ripping or like bleeding because of sex besides being on periods.
Yeah, so most women typically have what's called a hymen, and that is like a skin wall that like makes sure
so that's what people used to say, they pop their cherry,
exactly. Okay. And so what's funny though, and this is probably uncommon knowledge because people don't always know their bodies, but all women don't have hymens, and if they do, it's easily broken by riding a bike or riding a horse or physical activity. I don't know. So but because there is skin breaking that can lead to blood, but it's not like a murder scene like people pay out to be. They probably can be, so because everybody's different, but in most cases it's not.
Yeah, so I get that. But what people don't realize, even with women, because they have anal sex too, but the anus is very thin. And I do a lot of research on the body because I'm like, I don't know if people realize this, but men in general, the cancer that is common in men is colon cancer. So I look at a lot of different things to clean the colon and like foods that you should eat to keep a healthy colon and what you should do, how often you should get a colonic, all this other stuff.
And so you've gotten a colonic before?
No, and I'm getting one this summer though.
I want to because they say you can lose like 5 pounds.
Yeah, that's actually why I want to do it too. But I also just want a healthy colon. But the anal wall is very thin. So if you are a virgin or you aren't used to having anal sex or something like, and you're not relaxed, it can rip. And if you're not protected, and it don't even hurt when it rip because it's so thin, and that's blood transfer. So if you're not using protection, that definitely can cause transmission. So a lot of times when people do have, I don't mean to be spilling tea or whatever, but
well, I mean, this is all educational purposes.
Yeah, for majority of the time when people have anal sex, if I'm not mistaken, and they're gay and they get a blood transmitted disease, I'm not just gonna reduce that to HIV or AIDS, but they're usually a bottom. I mean to be so graphic.
The way you said it. No, I got you. No, that makes sense.
Because realistically,
but don't a top have to give it to them to begin with?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So I'm saying it's usually transmitted through anal sex, but I've even heard this is the reason why I be scared of. Men are just weird. Like even me dating men, it's still just kind of weird because I've heard some legit crazy fucking shit. Like
I see what you did there.
Yeah. I've heard some I don't even think I want to say it on the show, but I've heard some really crazy stuff. And I'm like, it's still a possibility if you have that, or you know what I'm saying, that you're exposing somebody to it. But yeah, the mentality of people, these men, I don't know. I hate the fact that men are, I had a conversation with a guy earlier because we started talking about art and then it just transferred over to sex. I don't know how, but
well,
yeah. So no, I was just telling him how like I think that in our culture, we even with women, like I feel like in Atlanta, everybody is so on the move and on the go, and it's just like nobody's really looking for a relationship. It's just like a hookup culture. Like everybody is like really just trying to find, and if you are hooking up with like in a relationship with somebody, it's not because you like them because of their morals or what they do.
It's just you want
to have an image. Like you want that image of like, oh yeah, I want her because she has a Coke bottle shape and she has all these followers on Instagram and she's just like one of the baddest girls out. She foreign.
You think that's an Atlanta thing?
I think it's everywhere, but I'm just speaking from Atlanta experience because from other cities that I visited, people don't really care about image as much as people do in Atlanta and LA and Miami.
I just had this conversation with somebody, and I do agree that Atlanta is sexualized, but I feel I don't know. I know people from like New York and Charlotte.
And they be worse than us. They just not on the radar like that.
Atlanta's such a huge city, so everything we do is like obvious. And the black community, number one, the people that we most closely relate to are all in one place.
Yeah.
And a lot of cities is not like that. It's kind of like dispersed a little.
Atlanta is very sexualized, but from my experience of being in New York is very saturated with people who are very engulfed in sexual activity and drugs. I've heard of some crazy sex stories and drug stories coming from New York. I'm like, damn, I don't even think they get
I heard some crazy stuff too, and I'd be like, maybe it's because they don't drive.
Yeah. So I don't know, but you know what? My mama saying, I really appreciate her now because I think I've been very cautious in my sex life because of my mama. She scared me out of a lot of stuff, and it caused me to just do my own research because in 11th grade I took sex education, and I'm like,
I don't think
my mom ain't tell me that.
11th grade? Oh yeah, but you didn't go to
Yeah, I went.
Well, I don't think I've ever had. I think I did have sex ed in the 5th grade.
Okay.
But it was like hey, we're having an assembly, and they started showing us these videos. But I never heard a single teacher talk about it ever again. Yeah,
we had sex ed in 11th grade at Stone Mountain, so I was like, dang, my mom didn't tell me that. So it just caused me to just look up stuff.
Yeah.
And
And in a lot of ways, I'm so grateful how overprotective my mother was because a lot of my friends were sexually active so much sooner. And if she had been so lenient to let me be out the house with them, I would have been doing the same thing. I know for a fact I would have.
Yeah. And I'm that friend that people look at as like almost like a grandma or a mama because I be trying to tell them, I'm like, you shouldn't do that because blah, blah, blah. And they're like, you need to live more. You need da-da-da-da. And then somebody around us, something will happen to them, and I'm just like,
and they be like, I need to be more like you.
Yeah, but then when I told them that or whatever, they're like, dang, they don't ever want to give me my props for trying to help them. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm like, maybe I should just mind my business. But I feel like if I know something or if I feel like I can potentially save somebody's life, I should say something.
Yes. Okay.
You know.
That's fair.
So yeah.
Do you get frequent blood tests?
No, so here's the thing. I was getting them. This is so bad.
Oh, I know exactly what you're about to say.
I was getting them very often because I was in and out of jail. So I was getting it. But I haven't had one in a minute, so it's probably time to try, to get it. But honestly, I'm not really sexually active.
Yeah.
So I don't even. That'd be the last thing I think about. And if I do stuff, it'd be like real minor, because I'm at the age now where I'm not really in the stage of hooking up with people just because whatever.
Were you in that stage before?
I don't think I really went through a whole phase, and I sometimes I regret it because I'm like, dang.
I don't think it's nothing to be thinking about, because people say it ain't what you think. Like, you finna just be out here like, oh, hey cutie, hey cutie, hey cutie.
It's like I don't know. I don't think in my head I did, but then when I tell people about it, like, child, you ain't do shit. Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. Well,
yeah, people tell me that too, and I'm thankful. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so I don't really think that I went through a whole phase. And then I'm not really sexually active now. Yeah. Not that, I'm not.
I get, so I used to just do it whenever I would go to an event and they're doing free testing, but after a while it became redundant because I was not even doing nothing with nobody. Yeah. It was just so like, reaffirmation. But I do get tested annually, and only because I've only been, like, I'm in a long-term relationship. Yeah. So, and not
y'all get tested together?
No, we don't.
Are you opposed to that?
No, not at all. I know he's not either.
Well, I'm not necessarily not opposed to it, but I feel like that's confidential, even if because
because if them tests come
yeah. But you know what? Because even
I can understand that, but
I don't know. I just feel like we are together and we are one. I just feel like some stuff should be a little private because that's traumatizing.
Well, yeah, and that person needs to understand how they're going to address, like, bring it up to you. Yeah. So you don't want the doctor. But even then, because you're right. It's like you get your test results and you be like, what you get? And like, I know what you mean.
And then even in the office, it's already kind of weird because, of course, if you in a clinic and you see somebody looking regular after they just came out of the room, you're like, oh, okay, cool. But then if somebody is like distraught, eyes red, looking crazy, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And they already make you come
That's why I be getting mad. Like, my friends get mad at me because in Atlanta, at a lot of the gay clubs during big events, they have testing trucks outside of the club.
And they looking at people's facial expression when they get the results.
No.
But although that is convenient, because otherwise people would not be getting tested, it's kind of like, what, you gonna stay at the club if you got something? You know what I mean? Like, how do you even handle the rest of your day?
That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's embarrassing. And usually people go out with their friends, so just imagine me with your friends and you're out
like,
drunk and pregame, and then boom, you just find out you got a disease.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And so I just feel like they should go about it another way. Like, I know it's one guy who...
What would be the way, though? Because it would have to be a public...
To pass out, to give... Well, it was a guy who used to come to the clubs, and he would be in the bathroom. He would hand out pamphlets about sex, and then he would give a big-ass bag of condoms. Like, different sizes, different kinds, and just ways that you can go get tested. So I feel like if they put the idea, even if you're drunk, it'll touch at least 2 or 3 people. Yeah. At least. And that's better than none. But at least they have the option to use condoms. You can't use the excuse, I don't have protection.
Yeah, true.
So I feel like that should be an option, but to just be having it at events like that, unless it's an event where that's what you're getting yourself into when you go there, it shouldn't be like that. Like if you go to a health fair or something. Or but even I think an AIDS walk or something like that.
Now that you say that, it does kind of make me wonder, like, because I've gone to health fairs and stuff like that, and that's where I gotten tested, but it's like, so you gonna tell me in front of all these folks that I got, a disease? Yeah. And I've heard people tell stories where they had to, like, break the news to people. It's actually really sad.
Yeah. But somebody had to break the news to me recently, child. And I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Was somebody you dated?
Yes.
Really? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. And the thing is, it's like people ain't trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? People just end up in situations.
That's just a sad story. He just
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, even though I'm speaking from a perspective of not having it, life does not end because of that.
No,
but it's just very complicated to navigate, especially sexually, because of stuff like that.
And it's always looked at as like the death disease.
Well, I know people who are positive and they have, living their best protected life. So,
child, don't have to.
But anywho, so what other questions do I have about sex? Do you have conversations about sex with friends, or do you just, like, how do you even express it?
I'm very private about my sex life, only because it's like low key. Like I said, I'm not really sexually active, and my friends are, and they're very vocal about it, and that's cool. Like I'm definitely down to talk about it, but I think that people associate like attitudes and certain things with not having sex, and I'm like, I know sometimes I can be a little bit aggressive, but I don't. That's just me.
Wait, what you mean attitudes?
Like some people, you ever hear people say like, oh, this hoe got an attitude. She need to go have sex.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Look at your skin breaking out. I know you ain't get no dick.
Right, and I have amazing skin. So, so I mean, I don't know. I do talk about it, and I do talk about when I do have encounters, but yeah. I'll keep it real.
When I was younger,
I feel like that's. I mean, it's cool to talk about it, especially if you want to know something. Like,
but not like in a braggy way. It's kind of like,
yeah, I ain't trying to just say, oh, girl, yes, I went over here and did this, da da da.
Listed open, girl, took it out the frame. Yeah, I know what you mean. When I was younger, I will say that I shared too much, but I thought it was a cool thing to do because you're supposed to have sex, right? We're cool, right?
Yes.
Like I remember when I used to use profanity, and as a kid, when I first started cursing, I thought it was a cool thing. So I would just say all the cuss words and and I would say it in front of people I wanted to impress, so they could think I was cool.
Okay.
And that's not exactly how I looked at sex, but I had friends like my little clique. I just thought it was cool, and sometimes I probably would fabricate.
I don't even know when I cursed. It just became.
I remember second grade.
It just became like second nature to me. I just say stuff. I know how to cut it off though.
Me too. I cut it off 7 years ago.
Zay cussed in front of everybody.
I know every time he kept talking about it, she said this. I ain't say that. He was trying to replay what I said, gonna add cuss words. You know I ain't say that.
He cussed in front of everybody. I'm like, this lady is like 60.
Oh my God. Do you want kids?
Yeah, I want like, you know what? I want like 5 or 6.
Really?
I want a big family. Only because I feel so bad that my mom didn't have more than 2 kids, and then we're so far apart.
You feel bad for her?
Yeah, because I don't like. First of all, I would want my legacy to just keep going, and then like I want to reproduce. But child, I feel like a lot of my problems that I have, as far as like dealing with sharing, like the small stuff, like sharing stuff with people and the way I communicate with people, and
it's because of the age gap.
I feel like it's because I didn't have any siblings to use as practice, because that's what they do. Sense. And it's like communication practice and just it's small stuff like playing around. I remember at one point I could not like play fight with people because
you be ready to fight
for real. Like and that's something that you do with your siblings growing up. I don't want that.
Yeah, in the hood they really be fighting, and it's like regular.
I would fight.
Yeah.
I would be like, and then it won't be no game no. And then like, then you taking it too serious. I'm like, well, I don't know how to play fight.
Right.
I never
because it hurt.
Yeah, I never had to play fight. I never had to, wrestle and all that stuff. And I feel like that really scarred me as a child. So I feel like I definitely want to have a big family because of that.
That's interesting.
So yeah,
I definitely think not growing up with close siblings messed up my communication skills, along with other things. But I'm getting better. Or at least I think I am, honey. Keep lying to me.
You are. No, I mean honestly. Who's to say? Who's to measure? I mean, who has a timeline of when you should do stuff?
Right, but
I mean, it happens slowly but surely.
That's right. I'm a work in progress. But no, okay. So my
also a PA. Sorry. I
want kids, but if I don't have kids, I don't think it's gonna bother me.
Okay.
Like I feel like for a lot of people, marriage and having a family is like a life goal, and for me, I just want to enjoy life. And if I become somebody that does not get married, right now I could say that I don't think I would feel like my life is not fulfilled.
Okay.
But I will not be upset if I get pregnant, because that's just life. And I think I'm at a good age. Well, let me scratch that. I would not like to get pregnant anytime soon, but I am 30.
Okay.
Clock is ticking. But I don't want to rush it.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, I get it. I think this is a good age to at least start even moving in that direction if you want to, just because you are more experienced with life.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the problem with people who, not to say that people who had kids in their early 20s or in their teens.
Their kids grown now.
Yeah, they can't be good
jealous.
Parents or whatever. But I know for me personally, I feel like I had a better, in a way, I had a better relationship with my mom, or I had a better understanding of life a little bit because my mom was so experienced with life. True.
And she had raised your sister too, so it's kind of like, all right, I know.
Yeah.
And
she had my sister at 24.
Okay, my mom had me at 24 also.
My mom had me at 38. 37.
See, and that's inspiring. 37, perfect.
Yeah.
That's a good age.
Yeah, but
Janet Jackson. Oh, she was 48.
Yeah, she definitely was old.
So, if you decide to have kids, what method would you prefer, or have you thought about that?
So I've talked about it in the recent years, and I had some friends that definitely offered to let me use their eggs.
Like a turkey baster?
So we don't know how we're gonna do it though, because and
I don't necessarily
want to test tube. Yeah, no. I don't necessarily want to test tube baby, but I mean, she did say she'll carry the child. So I mean, I do want like 3 or 4 kids of my own, and I do want to adopt 1 or 2.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
that's nice of you to adopt. I think that's very generous.
I want to adopt, but I don't know the method that I want to go. Because the thing about it is, if I go through like a program of a surrogate, that is expensive, and I don't have that type of money.
Okay,
I don't have that type of money, so I'm like, let me just. I don't got Kim K money.
Oh, true.
Period. So
she be having babies that she had in law school.
Yeah, and she like, hey y'all,
new baby on the way.
New
Psalm
baby tomorrow. But yeah.
Interesting.
I've had some people that offer, but I think I'm gonna retract it because I heard some rumors they was on coke.
Oh, great.
I don't want my child to have them damn.
Crack baby.
No, we are definitely out of. Well, I ain't gonna say that, but yeah, I ain't.
Interesting.
I ain't with it, and
honestly, that's a huge sacrifice for somebody to carry that baby for you. That's honorable.
Yeah.
I think I can't say if I was in your position, but if I had to imagine, I would be so nervous if I know the person that's carrying my child. I feel like I would be super obsessive over them, trying to make sure they do everything right.
I wouldn't be obsessive. I'll definitely watch them. Like I will make sure they eating right,
yeah,
or at least
I'll be looking through the bathroom window like, are you using a loofah or is that a rag?
No, I would just make sure they're not getting their nails done and bleaching their hair and using toothpaste with fluoride. Getting tattoos.
Donate blood.
Oh my gosh.
Smoking.
So yeah.
That sounds like a lot.
I would say a good age for me would be maybe around 34 because I'm 30 now. I'm just starting to really find myself as far as like what I want to do, and I'm experiencing life right now. I'm trying to get into traveling more. I'm trying to experience some things I never experienced before. And yeah, 33, 34, I should be ready to sit down. Not sit down, but I'll be comfortable in my career by then, I think.
We always think we will be. You probably will be, but it's just so funny. You might be comfortable now.
I'm planning it. Well, here's the thing. Like, I definitely am striving for it. I just need to get the money. I have to, I want to be a part of the union. That's my goal with makeup because I want to be able to retire, and I don't want to retire at a old age.
Me either. I don't even want to be working at my young age, so.
I don't want to be. I would say a good retirement age for me would be like 45.
Yeah, hey, that would be ideal. That's really
ideal.
Young.
So if I start working on my my union card now, we'll be there. But the price keep going up every. It's like $3,500.
You can write it off probably
to be on in the union. I need to just get the money though.
Oh, true. My bad.
Or maybe I can start a GoFundMe.
Oh, I will contribute. I got you 10 Costa Rican, 10 colones.
10 colones.
Yes, colones.
But yeah, I do want to be in a union because I know I can retire from that, and I will always have guaranteed jobs that will pay a certain amount of money that I could live off of and raise kids.
Period. That's interesting. Yeah, I think it's so funny trying to imagine myself raising a family, man. I think my kids would be...
I think about it every day.
Really?
Yes, like I talk about it all the time. Like, I don't know. I really talk about like raising a family all the time, and I just be if I'm doing something, if I'm out and I see something, I'm like, dang, I would never bring my kids here.
Right.
Like
I think that of the whole planet Earth. I would never want to bring my kids here. This is crazy.
I was like, I would want my kids to travel at a young age. Like I want to like during the summertime, I would want to take them on like a really big trip. Just so they can see the world and be experienced.
I definitely want my kids to travel. I want them to actually do stuff in that spring break.
I think that's the problem with my family and just black community, and like they're scared to travel.
Yeah, they just don't understand how easy it is. That's why I try to educate.
I don't even think they be scared. They scared of planes.
Yeah, you're right about that.
They scared of just different cultures. Because even with one of my roommates, he wants in his head, he's like, he has people around him that are so open minded, but he's just been around like older people his whole life, and like Jamaicans. He's been around like island people, so they influence him to think a certain way. And he's like, I think I said something like, oh, maybe like this summer we can go to the cabins and da. He's like, I'm not going to no cabins. I'm not getting hung. What do you mean?
When's last Pull the stats up.
I said, what?
Yeah, that's a terrible way to think. I can't even lie to you.
Oh, those animals in there. I said, we live in Atlanta. We have wolves and snakes. And we found a snake in our daggone carport. Yeah. So it's going to be bear. It was a whole tiger in somebody's yard.
Right.
Killed their dog. So we live in Atlanta. It's going to be animals everywhere. So that shouldn't stop you from doing stuff. He's like, what's the point of going to a cabin? He just went crazy. Stay at home.
And we're gonna see. I don't ever want to think that. And that's why I love to travel so much. But people, because I travel solo often, people send me a lot of DMs about like their fears and stuff. And I just feel like, girl, it's just like going to the grocery store. You go to the store, get what you need, and you come back.
Yeah. I mean,
just a really far grocery store.
Yeah, I think about it. I promise you, everything that I do, I'm in my head, I'm like, dang, I know what to not expose my kids to. And even down to like the sex talk.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to know how to approach my kids when it's time. I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. I just want to, I'm like, look, I'm just educating you. You don't have to talk to me about it. I know that's real personal, but
when you're ready, I don't ever want my child to be afraid to talk, because I was very afraid to talk to my mother about sex stuff. That when I finally started getting in relationships, I just hid everything, because the perception that she gave me and the tone that she had, I'm like, I don't want to talk to you about it ever.
Never tell you about
this. Heck no, I hid so much stuff, but I don't want my children to be that way. One more question: do you want to get married?
It's not a priority. I'm not opposed to it. It used to be kind of like, especially when marriage became legal for same sex. I was like, ooh, but honestly, it's not a priority. Like, I honestly just feel like I will be fine with being with somebody for a long time, and we just understand. I think I just want to have a wedding.
Yeah, I know. I think that's what everybody wants.
I love weddings. But
once it's over, it's over. But it is a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
The reason why I ask is, like, when you have these kids, do you plan to raise them as a single father? Or do you want to have them with somebody? Okay.
I don't want to raise them as a single father. I would love to have somebody, but I will.
Period.
My mama did it. I just went out.
But mine did too. The reason I just asked, because if the child is going to have your DNA, it's kind of like that other man. Like, what if he could feel like, F them kids?
Yeah.
Like, them ain't my kids.
I mean, but if I'm in a relationship, I feel I would want to be in a relationship with somebody who wants kids.
Yeah. And
I would want to share that mom with them. Maybe you can have some, I have some.
Period. You get the first two. I get the second.
Yeah, we get to choose.
That's interesting. Yeah, I definitely my views on marriage have changed so much. I used to grow up just imagining like, oh my God, I'm gonna get married, but I definitely want to get married if I'm gonna be with somebody for a long time. That's how I kind of look at it. But I'm not out here like, if I become single again, I'm not looking for a husband, but I do.
Yeah, that's me. I'm not. I do look for long-term relationships. Exactly. I'm not looking for nothing short, but I'm not looking for a marriage. Like,
I do think about my wedding often, even when I'm single, because like you said, it's just it's just something that, like, especially as a girl, like growing up, it's like it's like the girl's dream. It's like bigger than graduating from college.
Yeah. So
it's like that moment. So I do want to feel celebrated in that moment, but I also am fearful that something could happen, like my husband could have a child on me. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that would happen to the person I think I'm gonna marry, but people get married and they let you down. You know what I mean? I don't ever want to feel that kind of pain, but. I know, just gotta keep hope alive.
Sorry, I'm looking at my daggone T-Mobile bill.
You could probably, I could probably get you a discount. We can chat later.
Do tell.
Chat later. But okay, cool. So, as we wrap up, do you have anything coming up?
Living life. It's summertime approaching fast AF. My niece is graduating from high school this week.
That's crazy.
Whoop, whoop. So, that's it. I ain't got nothing. I'm just trying to enjoy my summer. I'm trying to have a hot girl mag summer, fever summer. Fever. I'm trying to be vegan all summer, fever all summer.
Period. You know what I just realized?
What?
OD Podcast 1 year anniversary was on the 11th.
Happy birthday with an F. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, OD Podcast.
We need that little thing.
We got one. It's our mouth.
Oh.
But yeah, so I don't have anything going on, y'all. I just want to enjoy my summer, like Draco said. I want to enjoy my work, and I want to reap the benefits of my work. So that's it. So to keep up, follow me on Instagram at .Licia, UHH.LICIA. And what's your IG, bro?
My IG is Miss Pretty Too. I just play now. It is stupid. At Draco, but with a V. So DRVCO. And of course, you can follow our group page, or our podcast page at OD Podcast.
Period.
Spelled the right way.
Well, also on Facebook, Facebook.com.
And YouTube. We always forget about YouTube. Do us on YouTube so we can get one of them.
Please subscribe. We only got subscribers, and I ain't gonna say it out loud.
Yeah, and I'm trying to do some of them influencer checks. So yeah, just do us on YouTube. Do us the YouTube ministry one time.
All right, y'all. Thank you for listening.
All right. Bye.